Hi, this is Chris Young from Attachmates North American Consulting Group, and today I'm going to be talking about standardizing on one emulator. We have a methodology called FAD-CC, which stands for Find, Analyze, Dedupe, Convert, and Consolidate. And we're going to go over these step by step. In step one, you're going to scan your environment for files, and this can either be individual machines, or a better choice is to use your software distribution library like SMS. We can even help you with scanning encapsulated files like XPF for semantic virtualization. The bottom line is you can use whatever tools are available. However, you don't need anything sophisticated. You can accomplish a lot with some basic Windows components, including the dir command. In this demo, we're going to go ahead and fire up a command prompt, and we're going to go ahead and change over to the System32 directory under Windows. And once we're there, we're going to go ahead and execute a search for all .exe files. And we're going to use a couple switches for searching subdirectories, bare output, and then finding files only. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the same, but we're going to repeat this search and find any file, not just exes. And in this last piece, we're going to go ahead and dump the output to a text file. Then that text file, open this up, and you can see this is exactly what we would use as the base for our inventory. Even this simple output is going to be adequate for a full inventory, which will lead us into step two, where we analyze that inventory. So we're going to use file extensions to identify known emulator files. Our expertise is going to help you find up to 145 different types, and you can see a little sample table here where we show you some descriptors of each of those file types. Breaking this down, you'll be able to see what your organization looks like in terms of previous vendors. We can also break it down by types of files. Step 3 involves deduplication. So how do you know if one file is an identical copy of another? You can use a fingerprinting or a hashing algorithm to check the file structure. Now this is very common on the internet today, but for a different purpose, to make sure that the file you downloaded is the correct file and not some imposter. So here's an example off of Google where you can see an SHA1 checksum. These algorithms are a tried and true method for fingerprinting a large block of files to find out which ones match. You can run it through these checksum functions, and out will pop just the unique combinations. This is going to allow you to find copies where other comparison methods fail, and in a large account this could account for nearly half of the conversion volumes. Step number 4 is Attachmate's secret sauce. We have a unique ability to open our competitors' files. Here's a screenshot of the Reflection Open File dialog, and you'll notice we can open up IBM PCOM or Rumba files. Next time you're talking with either of those two guys, ask them to show you their Open Reflection dialog. We also have an application programming interface where we can take those unique files, run them through our black box, and what will pop out is a reflection file on the other side. Now I'm going to show you the batch converter in action. The first thing we're going to do is open up our converter directory and get a list of input files. You can see we got some Rumba, PCOM. Now we're going to go ahead and launch off the converter. And as this is going, we're going to show our output directory. So again, we have Rumba, PCOM, a couple other different legacy extra file types. And now you can see the batch converter is going through and converting these one at a time. Once this finishes, we're going to go ahead over here and launch one of these up, make sure that it's in good shape, and now that it is, we're now going to run some metadata reports off of this information. So we're going to blast this through one more tool, and it's going to pop out all the detail inside. Now that you have this detail from the batch converter, everything is in a consistent reflection format, and you can examine this down at the metadata level to dedupe by host name, emulation type, and port. This is going to allow you to consolidate this down into just a handful of files. A great analogy is a funnel that acts as a series of filters. We're going to drop lots of files at the top, and out the bottom comes a distillation. It's the bare minimum you need to run your business. Some stats from another client. We dropped about 14 million in the top and found about 100,000 emulator files, of which 10,000 were sessions. About half those were file dupes, and a large majority of the leftover were metadata dupes. And this allowed us to reduce the overall quantity of files by about 90%. So now you might ask, what does this all mean to me? So you'll be able to consolidate to a single emulator and gain all the benefits that go along with it. You're going to have less applications to administer, less customizations to administer, and you'll be able to take advantage of volume licensing. One of the best features, you'll have a single emulator application interface, which is going to reduce burden on your support staff. You're also going to be able to take advantage of some of the productivity enhancements. Reflection is much more than an emulator. It has some great features that allow you to move data back and forth between terminal and web apps without rekey. This is going to allow you to do more with less, dramatically increasing throughput. You'll also be able to streamline decision points and eradicate human errors. If you'd like to talk more about how standardizing on Reflection can benefit you, contact your local AttachMate account executive.